All right, happy Halloween, everyone. It is Illini Drive. I am Alec Busse, your host, joined by Gabby, who skipped out on Tuesday.
Okay, I didn't just skip out. Thank you very much. I had things to do. I had a review session to attend.
School first. We're student journalists first. All sports programs say student before the athlete.
So
We're
I'm a
student before the
student.
journalist. Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Things we get paid for. We skip out.
Yeah. Do I get paid for this? I don't. Should I?
Maybe. Eric,
I don't
Different
know.
topic.
how are you? Busy
I'm
day
good.
for you, I'm sure, with
I'm in
lots
my-
of news.
I'm in my Maury costume.
Ugh.
Well, telling a lot of people they're adopted tonight.
Stop.
I have my vanilla folder.
Can we see it?
Yeah.
We're being recorded for the second night.
I got my vanilla folder. I have two pieces
Who's the father? Who's the father?
Not-
I have
me.
one. You a daddy.
What's the back of that say?
Oh, that was for an
random
internship
page.
thing I was applying for. You a daddy. If
you're
the
the daddy.
DNA test come back positive, but just in case you don't and you want to celebrate, you not a daddy.
Yes, that's the one we
So
want.
the only issues are I couldn't find a gray wig and none of my friends have a pair of crappy glasses for me to
A
use.
gray wig? You didn't search hard enough.
That's not
Probably
very hard
not.
to find.
All right. I am
Where's
a
the
busy
effort?
person, like you said
Where's-
beforehand.
I'm a student journalist.
Basketball this morning, media availability, football news yesterday and the day before. A lot
And
going on.
today.
And today, tomorrow, exactly.
There's a game Saturday. There's a game
Wait,
tomorrow.
what are your guys' Halloween costumes? You guys gotta have something, right?
Okay, so on Monday,
Oh my gosh, what do you guys do? Like,
No, I have a costume.
Oh,
Okay,
what's your
so on
costume?
Monday I
you don't
had
want to share?
on Monday I had
What?
Okay.
Jesus. On Monday I had a date event bar crawl, and I went with one of my friends and then two of my other friends. We were like the Scooby-Doo gang.
Oh, that's cool.
I was
nice.
Freddy. We didn't have a Velma though, but it was all right.
Did you have an ascot?
I used an orange tie and then like tucked it into the
Okay.
white shirt and then like
Okay,
kind of pulled it out a little
respectable.
bit, so it kind of looked
and
like
then you
one.
had the white like.
Yeah, I had a white
okay.
long sleeve on.
Nice.
I didn't have the blue polo or blonde hair, but
What are you
it's all
being
right.
tonight?
I don't know if I'm going out tonight. I have
Halloween on campus is like one of the best like
Yeah.
times
Yeah, it
of the
is,
year.
but
I have so
three
much
exams.
to do,
Yeah, I
and you
don't
know what I'm not gonna do? I'm gonna go out.
What are you?
Wow.
What's your costume?
So, no, it's fine. I'm just like,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
no, okay, it's like one,
Let's hear it.
like, one of those like race car girls.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you have the flag?
I bought something to make a flag. Like, I have to
Okay.
makeshift it, but
All right. All right.
let's just say I'm gonna be cold.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we're all gonna be cold tonight if we go out.
I have 3 layers on. I'm fine.
I will be having one layer.
If I
I'm
end up
probably gonna
going
wear
out-
a coat. I'm probably gonna wear a coat, which will ruin the costume, but
If I end up going out, which we all know I will.
which he will be out.
I might just throw a toga on that I have from last year, but
Okay.
that's just easy because
That's
I'm
fine.
broke.
Whatever.
We'll figure it out though. All right, let's get to it. Illinois obviously has a records game on Saturday, one that Illinois should win handily. They're favored by at least 23
Over.
points now, I think,
Wow.
right?
It's up to 23.
I think I'd have to look
I
at
know
the
it's.
line
I mean, I
again.
know it's 20 plus, and any line that gives you 20 plus is pretty insane.
It's massive. And Illinois needs to handle their business on Saturday and
Make it 3 straight Big Ten wins for them. How? I mean,
for the first time in the same season since 2007.
when did you? At what point this season, like, especially at the very beginning, did you ever think like
No.
3 Big Ten wins in a row would be possible for this Illinois
Maybe
team?
before the season started.
Illinois is minus 20 according to oddshark.com.
Okay.
The predicted
mean-
score is 26 to 12.
There's nothing on
26 to
ESPN.
12. No, I won't.
It just says Illinois is projected like 90.3% chance of winning. So.
Well, Illinois was a 3% chance against Wisconsin.
Yeah,
So if you
you
think
can't-
if you think records doesn't
Yeah,
have a
I mean,
chance,
tough.
no
they do.
record. I mean, like, as hard as it is to say, you're always gonna have a chance against Illinois because you never know. But I think they are on a really good high road
And
right
they're at
now.
home.
And they're at home, and it's Dad's weekend.
I'm really intrigued to see the crowd.
I think it'll be a big
I feel
As
like
long as
Ill-
it's not cold outside, like it should.
It's supposed to be
pretty
high of
soft.
40.
But it's supposed to be
not
sunny.
that bad
It's
for
supposed to be
November.
sunny.
Yeah, I mean a high of 40 first day
I
of
feel
November,
like
second day
actually,
of
as
November.
long as it's not raining, it'll be a big crowd.
I think it will too.
I think if it's over 40, I think it's a good crowd. I
Well, I
think if you
think-
get to 40 or more, that's a good crowd.
I think it's Dad's
I
weekend.
mean, 40 is definitely a good crowd because you barely broke 40 like at earlier points this season.
Yeah, and the Nebraska game was just over 40. You were not over 40 for the Michigan game.
That was a cold game.
And a lot of Nebraska fans helped out with that too.
Yeah, and you were at 37 for homecoming against Wisconsin. So if you get over 40, that's pretty good. I mean, that's still 28,000 empty seats, but
yeah, you take what you can get.
Correct. I mean, Alabama doesn't sell out every game. Did you see the LSU game last week? They didn't even sell out their stadium. The upper corner was not
really.
filled. But anyway, Illinois plays Rutgers on Saturday. Obviously, Rutgers is the worst team in the Big Ten and maybe the worst Power 5 team in the country.
Oh, yeah. I think they are. It's them and Arkansas. Arkansas is a joke of a SEC team.
They're coming off the win.
Against Liberty?
Against Liberty.
Okay, but still,
they paid they paid Liberty to pay them, or to play them.
Were you the one who...
And Liberty was actually favored in that game.
Yeah, were you the one who said that Liberty is the first school
I thought
that
I
got
saw
paid
that somewhere.
and was the favorite? Mm-hmm. Wow, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, this game should be... I should have my story wrote for this game by like close to the end of the first half.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And if I don't, then it's kind of... Illinois did not play very well.
So what are you looking for Illinois to do on Saturday? Because I have a couple things that I want to see them do. And
first and foremost, I want to see them dominate from start to finish.
Yeah,
this is a team you're superior than in every way, and every other Big Ten team has shown that they're the better football team right when first kickoff happened. So Illinois, if Illinois has to assert itself as saying like, hey, there's just as large of a gap between us and Rutgers, just like other teams in the Big Ten have shown between like the gaps between them and Rutgers. And by doing that, I think that shows that Illinois is up there, middle of the pack with other Big Ten teams. Like it's kind of tough because Illinois is not really. I mean, Purdue killed.
You're ahead of Purdue, I would say.
Yeah, and
are you there with Michigan State? Are you in that conversation?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Record-wise, it says you are. Talent-wise, I don't think you are.
Yeah, but I think that Michigan State game is going to be super interesting.
Yeah.
Especially with
they just lost their...
Is that how you say it?
I don't know, but they just lost one of their best
linebackers.
one of their best linebackers to a PED.
Well, I think
testing positive.
Yeah, so that'll definitely open up more for Illinois in that game. I just think, like you said, dominating from start to finish. Like there should never be a point in this game. Obviously, mistakes will be made, but there should never be a point where fans or journalists where we're like, oh my gosh, we might lose. Like that should never be a point in this game. And I think they've played so well against better competition the past 2 weeks that I'm almost worried they might fall to the Rutgers level because that's a common thing for teams to do.
I think this Illinois team's just like hit rock bottom so many times where they can't overlook like games like
that.
Yeah,
I don't feel like this coaching staff is going to allow that to happen. Yeah. I feel like the coaching staff has a good handle and a good read on the program and the players and where they're at right now.
The only problem with that is no matter how hard the coaching staff pushes that, if the players, players can still overlook. But I just feel like since this is such an older team, they'll be able to.
I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's like the small concern I have, but I feel like it won't happen.
The biggest thing that I want to really see on Saturday is I'd like to see Illinois kind of open up the pass game a little bit.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
that would be a big thing.
This is a good game to do it.
Well, and despite, you have your injuries to Trayvon Sidney, who's out for the year, they haven't said anything about Ricky Smalling this week. Despite Lovey saying that he would on Monday, I feel like that's a bad omen for him playing on Saturday.
Yeah, and they might even want to, since I'm sure this is a game that obviously everyone knows they should win, maybe hold him back.
A little bit, maybe. I don't know. I still want to see him open up the pass game.
I want to see Peters have a good game heading into that Michigan State game.
I mean, this Rutgers defense is worse than Eastern Michigan's defense.
Oh, absolutely.
So I want to see something between Brandon Peters against Akron and Brandon Peters against UConn.
Yeah,
If he gives you a performance like that, I'd feel really good about going into the Michigan State game next week, obviously, and then the Iowa game a couple weeks down the road.
Because we know they could run the ball on Rutgers all day.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. Illinois' offensive line is just that much better than Rutgers' entire defense.
I definitely want to see more than one long ball to Bebe. I feel like you see that attempt every game, shots. But I want to see more than one. And I want to see maybe a long one to Casey Washington.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go.
He's proven he's proven himself, so why not give him that opportunity? I mean, this is the defense to do it against. Especially as you get closer to the end of the season, you're trying to make that bowl game. You need to up the passing game now.
Well, I also just think it gives you a good opportunity to get players, like you said, Casey Washington, more involved and a little bit more confidence. before they have to play a more experienced, higher talent level defense, even against like a Northwestern who's obviously struggling, but their defense is solid and their defense is very good. And getting those younger guys confidence, whether it's Casey Washington or even a Donnie Navarro who has played well in the last couple of weeks, but she's continuing to build that confidence, I think is huge going forward. Another thing I'd like them to see do is potentially try and get Rayvon Bonner a couple more carries. You've been giving the ball to Reggie Corbin a lot and Dre Brown a lot, and we all know that Dre Brown has a very large injury history.
Yeah.
And he seems healthy now, and props to Dre Brown. That guy just runs really, really hard.
He does.
But this is a good matchup, in my opinion, to ease back. Let Rayvon Bonner kind of get a little bit more carries and take a little bit more
in the
hits.
passing game, too.
Exactly, but eventually you're going to have to run the ball, too. Like, we all know that. To be able to throw the ball, you have to be able to run the ball. And to be able to run the ball, you got to be able to throw the ball. It's how offense works. And if you're able to get a Rayvon Bonner a little bit more carries, I mean, Jakari Norwood hasn't had a carry in a long time.
Yeah.
Same with Kenyon Sims. Like, getting these kind of players a little bit more opportunities to get the ball in their hand is something that I would really like to see Illinois do on Saturday. But then defensively, there's not a lot I need to see right now. I want to see continued...
I want to see a pass rush. I want to see more of a pass rush.
Well, I was going to bring that up because Rutgers has no passing touchdowns, and they average 73 yards per game passing yards. 73 passing yards per game.
In the past two...
So if I don't want to see Illinois allow a passing touchdown. You don't want to be that team.
I don't want to see Rutgers score, honestly.
Yeah.
A home game on Dad's weekend. You're coming off of your two best defensive performances and arguably Lovey's entire tenure, honestly. At least in Big Ten play. I don't think there's any reason this terrible Rutgers team should score a touchdown on you in this game. Maybe later in the game when you have second stringers and stuff in, if this becomes a blowout, but definitely not on the first team defense.
No.
Well, I just want to see continued, what's the word I'm looking for? Unity. That's not the word I want from this new
like
scheme.
Chemistry.
Chemistry. That was
more of a rapport with what's going on.
Yeah, with Jamal Woods, hopefully he's back and he's healthy. Getting him more comfortable at defensive end. Getting Tony Adams, I know he's looked great in his 2 games at corner. Getting him a little bit more acclimated back to his probably natural position, which he's been away from the last 2 seasons. And just getting this group more cohesive together against obviously it's not a good Big Ten offense, but getting them more acclimated to each other before you do have more important games down the road that you just feel that we could beat Michigan State.
You just can't look ahead to Michigan State.
Yeah, and I think that this team has got a good grip on that, and I think that they're going to be able to get a win on Saturday that they really need.
I think they just want to send a message going on to that Michigan State game saying, like, hey, we killed Rutgers too. Like, we're a legit Big Ten team. Rutgers is not a legit Big Ten team, and we killed them.
It's not enough to just, like, win this game.
Oh, yeah.
You need to win big.
Absolutely.
Do you guys want to give your predictions, or do you have one?
Give me 5 seconds.
I'll go...
Games like this are so hard to
I'll go like 42-3 Illinois on this.
Okay.
I think they'll like get up by like 30-0 or something like that later on in the second half, and then they'll pull like their second stringers or something like that. Or pull their first stringers and bring in the second team and see what they can do early on.
Trying to do math.
Journalism majors, we're not good at it.
We are terrible
41 to 10.
Yeah, I'd probably be somewhere around there. I'll say like 38-10, just because I don't want to take your score. It's hard to predict that many points too, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to predict that little of points.
But they went on the road last year and put up a bunch of points too.
It is. And it's, like I said, it's difficult sometimes to predict games like this.
Yeah, that big spread.
And even, like we said, against Wisconsin, like we all thought that Illinois would have a chance to not score.
Yeah.
But you have to predict the other team to score because it's just too
you
hard
can't
to
predict a shutout.
Yeah, it's just too hard. Let's move to some more football news. Let's start on the positive note, and then we'll get to the negative side. Illinois is doing an amazing thing with Bobby Roundtree, and it comes out today that they start a GoFundMe for him and his medical expenses that obviously are going to be very expensive with the rehabilitation. They mentioned a special meal plan, physical therapy, all that stuff that goes into recovery from a very serious spinal cord injury. I believe that was opened today around 11 o'clock. Does that sound
It was
about right?
it was sometime this morning.
Or,
Yeah, for sure.
late morning.
It's already up to, right now, $27,279 as I look at it right now. And the goal is $97,000. Obviously, that was Bobby Rountree's number. 347 people have donated. 267 people have shared it, and there's already 343 followers.
Do you want to just read off the GoFundMe in case people that are watching want to go?
If you go to GoFundMe.com and search hashtag or the number symbol 97 strong with the colons fight for Bobby Roundtree, you can donate to that GoFundMe. If you also wanted to donate to another fund that they set up a fund. Lovey Smith
They set up like a trust fund.
Yeah, Lovey Smith went out of his way, and hats off to Lovey Smith for being so aware and being such a good guy in this situation. To set up a trust fund for Bobby Roundtree through Busse Bank in Champaign. You can donate to that by calling Busse Wealth Management at 217-365-4800.
You sound like an ad.
I know. And then you can make checks out to Bobby T. Roundtree Trust, and then mail those checks to Busse Wealth Management at the P.O. Box 260, Champaign, Illinois. 618-240 is the zip code if you really, really need it.
Okay, we're done with the ad.
Covering all the grounds in case people want to donate. But it's a great cause for Bobby.
But if you have funds that are disposable or you're feeling generous, donate to Bobby Roundtree because $97,000 a year is a lot of money that a lot of people just don't have, and that family in particular does not have at this time. So if you have that money, donate to it, please.
And I just want to put this out there because I saw this on Twitter today, and I don't think the guy, I don't even remember the name, but I don't think the guy was intending to be like rude or disrespectful, but he just commented back on one of the posts and was like, why can't the DIA cover everything? And I think that's an interesting point to bring up because there are so many expenses.
I think it also goes against some NCAA violations.
Like there's only so much student insurance can cover. I was like reading something on it. There's only so much that student insurance and the like team and the athletic organization can cover. And so I think that's important to just know that like, obviously the school and the team is helping out a lot, but with what they can't pay for everything, especially the severity of the injury. There's obviously so much money that goes into that rehabilitation and just accommodating him. So I think it's just important to say that, you know, they still do need help. It's not just all covered.
And it's not something that...
But I think this is such a good way to go about it.
I do too. Yeah. And I would also like to add that this $97,000 goal that the university or the Department of Intercollegiate Athletics has set does not cover Bobby Rountree's expenses for the rest of his life. They're saying in the explanation for him on the GoFundMe that it wouldn't be a surprise for expenses to be in the six figures annually. So helping out in any way you can is something that I'm sure his family and himself would appreciate a lot. Let's make this a positive note, though. He's going to come back to Champaign in January to resume classes on campus. It says that he's been taking online classes for the second 8 weeks. So congratulations to Bobby Roundtree as well for still making his education a priority.
Absolutely.
I think that's so good to see.
And it'll be great to hopefully see him back on campus in January, and I'm sure he'll still have some sort of role within the football team.
He'll be around the team as soon as he gets back on campus. He's got to check out the new facility.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it could also...
And his locker,
That's true, yeah. It could also fall into one of those maybe like coaching roles, like not to bring up the Steelers, but like the whole Ryan Shazier thing, like he's kind of a coach now, you know, like similar situation, I guess. Yeah, so something like that. I think that's really important. Okay.
Now
the other part, the negative news.
Let's hit the Loyola Depot news.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yesterday on social media, a person who claims to have had
his ex-girlfriend,
a romantic connection to Loyola Depot, made accusations of domestic abuse against him on several different occasions. Obviously, Loyola Depot was suspended indefinitely last October for accusations of domestic abuse after he was arrested.
Indicted for
3
misdemeanors of domestic battery.
The charges were
against the same woman too, by the way.
Yeah.
The charges were eventually dropped, but it looks like he is in hot water again for this. And before we continue, Lorraine Oladipo, by law, deserves a fair investigation by the law, and I'm sure he's going to get that. But this is not a good look for him or
the team
or Illinois football.
According to her in her post, it's not going to go to trial because when she went to trial, basically prosecutors wouldn't take the case because of her changing her comments last time around, which she did address in her post too.
Yeah.
So that's why she turned in this information to the school at the time they did, which is why we didn't know at the time why Lorraine Oladipo was suspended back in September, but in the statement released by DIA today, they said they were doing an internal investigation on this for that reason, for the information that got turned in. And so, I mean, it looks like Lorraine Oladipo's football career is going to be over no matter what. At least at the University of Illinois, it seems like, because I think there's just too much going on with this right now. I think his football career is probably going to be over after that. And
well, I think no matter what the investigation concludes, and obviously that investigation is a whole different thing than the football team, everything else, but I think he's caused too many issues. He's been suspended twice for the same thing now. Probably has not. I mean, if you're suspended for the second time, that's not really helping your case. So I think it's best for the football team and Lovey and Josh Whitman and just the school to cut ties and kind of.
They're going to, because there's just you can't keep a player that's been accused of the same thing.
And then that investigation
NFL
becomes his investigation and not the football team's. Like, it doesn't. It's obviously going to reflect a little on the football team because even if they kick him off now, he still was a part of it.
Whether he did it or not, which
remains to be seen.
To be seen. There's still the investigation, the student disciplinary investigation still going. I highly doubt Lorraine Oladipo remains on the football team just because, first of all, it's a PR nightmare if you keep him on the football team. Yeah. Like, you can't keep someone that's been accused of something for multiple times, and if it is true, then it means he's been doing this for over a year now, if not longer, which means it's even worse if you keep him on the football team. So at the end of the day, because of these accusations that his ex-girlfriend came onto Twitter and talked about, it looks like Lorraine Oladipo will no longer be playing football at the University of Illinois once this concludes.
Does this at all ring a bell with Kendrick Nunn? I feel like it's almost a kind of like a similar situation, just a little bit, where he was accused of something, and granted he was only accused once, and then that was determined to have happened. In the university, I don't think he was kicked off the team, was he?
He was kicked off.
Was he? And then he transferred?
I
don't remember if he was kicked off the team or not. Either way, Kendrick Nunn transferred to Oakland, was successful there, was able to reform his life, reshape his life, and now look at him. He's having a good start
leading all rookies in the NBA in points per game.
Having a good start to his career with the Heat. But hopefully this is a situation that Illinois Athletics and Lorraine Oladipo and this woman
everyone involved
are able to handle in a very adult fashion going forward.
But yeah, I think all you can hope for is that the truth comes out, whichever side it is, and all parties get what,
the matter's being taken very seriously by everyone.
Well, I think the fact that she's willing to talk now makes a big difference.
Exactly.
Do you guys want to move to?
Let's get on the basketball.
Basketball.
Okay, let's go. We always have
back to basketball.
Show. Illinois opens their season officially, I guess. Unofficially tomorrow against Lewis, small university. They play tomorrow.
They're a good D3 team, though.
They are, yes.
They're literally 20 minutes from my hometown.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
My great uncle works there. He's a math professor.
Oh, I might have met him before.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. What was the point of that?
So
happy Halloween.
Boo.
Spooky.
So Illinois plays Lewis tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time at State Farm Center. Is it bad I almost said Assembly Hall?
No.
But
Same thing.
what do you guys want to see out of Illinois into this Lewis exhibition game? I don't feel like there's a lot. I mean, Illinois needs to kill them, probably by more than the football team beats Rutgers.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't beat Wesleyan, Illinois by much last year. It didn't
And this
really
team
mean
is
anything.
significantly better.
Pick me.
Eric, what do you want to see?
Okay, no, I'm going to talk. I want to see Kofi break a rim
Oh,
tomorrow. I want to see it. I want to see it on the first game. Okay, seriously, that's actually
okay.
what I want to see. But I actually am really looking forward to seeing Georgie and Kofi work together.
I think that's what everyone's intrigued to see. And Alan Griffin.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
For all the positive things that have been said about him since really the season ended, I'm really intrigued to see Alan Griffin
Yeah,
play.
I think it's fair to say he was Underwood's annual hype man of
Him
the
and Kipper.
yeah.
He said one thing about Kipper. All offseason he was saying things about
Alan.
It was just like, this is now the third year in a row where like Underwood is like overly hyped. Okay, we don't know if he overly hyped up Allen, but the last 2 times with Mark Smith saying he's the best freshman he's ever seen, translate from high school to college basketball, and then talking about DeMonte Williams last year, about to have a breakout year. So we'll see, because usually so far Brad's 0 for 2 on his
Third time's
on
the
his
charm.
off-season hype calls, but I do like what Alan Griffin's going to bring to this team. I think he's going. He's defensively. He's going to contribute. His motor is nonstop. He's always going to be active on the glass.
I think he's
he-
always had a really good shot. It was just inconsistent last year.
And that goes with getting minutes inconsistently too.
Yeah.
With a more consistent role, I think you're going to see his scoring numbers obviously go up. Rebounding numbers are going to shoot up. He had the highest rebounding percentage on the team last year.
Yeah.
When during the minutes he did play,
He's
obviously.
aggressive in the paint, and I like it
yeah.
because he's not the biggest guy out there. So I think
he-
every team needs that guy.
I think he starts.
Really?
Because DeMonte likes coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Like, that's what Underwood said is DeMonte's preferred role is
Okay,
coming
so
off the
who do we
bench.
think the starters are going to be?
Trent, Io, Allen, especially for an exhibition game. And then I bet they start Kofi and Georgie, just
You
to,
think
like,
so?
see it. Yeah.
So you don't like Andres Feliz?
No, he's not gonna start all year.
he's too
valuable off
yeah,
the
I was about
bench.
to say he's way too
Yeah,
valuable.
yeah,
But their
that's
I
true.
think Illinois' best lineup is Io, Trent, Andres, and then Georgie and
Yeah.
Kofi. I don't
Yeah,
know
like
why I just blanked
in-game
out. I literally
lineup.
just said his name too. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I think their best lineup is Trent playing the 1, Io playing 2, or off ball, I guess.
Yeah.
I would agree. I kind of want to say Andres, but I'm going to get on the hype train. I'm
You're gonna hop on.
I'm going to say Alan Griffin. He gives you a better shooter. And you know that Alan can get, or you know that Io's really good at getting to the basket. You know Trent can do that. I'm going to say potentially later on in the season, you could maybe see a 4 out at one point, which is something that Brad really likes to do.
That's
with
all-
Georgie at the 5, and you could see Andres. That's a lineup that really intrigues me.
Wait, say it again one more time.
A lineup that really intrigues me later on in the season, I think, is Trent, Io, Allen, Andres, and Georgie.
And Georgie. Yeah, that's a good small ball lineup. I like that.
Yeah, like to switch
I think
something up.
Benjamin
I would
is
like to
your
see
ideal
BBV in
small.
there at some point too.
Yeah.
Which he is now fully healthy, fully participating in
He's not-
practices.
He's not. He's behind though.
He is a little behind,
Well,
but,
like, yeah.
but he played in the scrimmage, which is
Yeah,
a
he
good
did.
sign. And now he's going to play in the exhibition game tomorrow.
I don't think he'll see huge minutes the first 2 weeks of games, but
Yeah.
I think the more they give him early, the better that's going to pay off, obviously, because then, you're going to learn better in-game situations.
The problem is you can't throw him in there against. Grand Canyon's no joke of a roster.
No. And especially
Arizona is ranked
especially
in the top
in Grand
25.
Canyon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaii
I'm
is
not,
no joke.
you can't
either.
just throw him in there, but
No. I
he
think he'll get
also, I'm
minutes.
sure he's been learning on his own
Oh, yeah.
off the court, so I don't think he's as behind as maybe we could think. I don't know.
I don't think he's that far behind.
Yeah.
I think just based on his skill set and his size alone, usually size is the one thing that keeps freshmen from getting onto the court freshman year or their first
He
year.
doesn't have that problem.
He does
No.
not have that problem. He is Big Ten body ready to play a power
Yeah.
forward spot.
Can we talk about how Kofi's body has transformed?
Yeah, he's like
That-
286, 9% body fat is what
That's
Brad
insane.
said
Like-
at Media Day. That is very insane.
I remember that Instagram post. Did you guys see
Coach
that?
Fletcher posted?
Coach Fletcher, yeah. When he came in, versus now. Like, he came in with not as much muscle on. I mean, he's obviously a big
Fletch
guy,
will
but
do work, yeah.
like, how do you ask to get a body by Fletch? Like, does he hand those out? Like, can I go get one? Like, I'm just because that he looks.
I will break before.
Yeah, I'm not.
My mind will break.
My mind
will
will
break
explode.
before my
but
body
I think
does.
that's amazing, and I think that adds a lot to Kofi's game to be
absolutely.
that strong and that
Conditioning-wise, it
lean.
adds so
Like,
much, too.
exactly. Like, he can go up and down the floor. I think he obviously helped Georgie too. I mean, you were at Big Ten Media Day, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, for basketball?
yeah.
Oh, no, I wasn't
Oh,
there
well,
for basketball.
I'm sure you heard, like everyone heard, but Underwood said Georgie is the most conditioned guy on the team, and you
Yeah.
don't usually expect that from your big man. So I think that whatever Fletch
Oh,
is
you mean
doing,
you didn't mean Big Ten Media Day for basketball. You meant Illinois Basketball Media Day. 'Cause that's when he said that.
no, he said at Big Ten Media Day.
He said
Okay.
it.
He
He
said
said
it.
it.
He said it before.
a
He
couple
keeps
of
saying
times.
he
He
keeps
said it
saying
before.
it. But I think that's really awesome that these big men are getting conditioned because that
yeah.
just adds a different dynamic to your team.
don't have
if
to
you're
take
big
him off the
guys,
court as much.
yeah, and if he's down the floor first, you're not going to get an easy layup or an easy transition point off them because you have
He'll be there, yeah.
he'll be there. So I think that's just another
wanna-
thing to point out.
I want to see them just tinker with all the lineups.
I wanna see
Every
that.
single lineup I want to see tinker
Find a
with.
group that works defensively.
Defensively, yeah.
Everyone on this team can score. Find a group
Yeah.
that works and meshes together defensively. And that's
That's
another
what-
thing I want to see. What defense does Illinois play when Georgie and Kofi are on the floor together? Because
You could see some zone, I bet.
I would like to see a zone.
I bet you'll
think
see like a
Georgie-
3-2 zone.
I think Georgie would be great at running the back end of a 2-3 or a 3-2 zone.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle on a 2-3, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Or Kofi
You're
in the
going to
middle,
put
I mean.
Kofi in the middle on that. 'cause
Yeah,
that's just
you
the
put
least
Kofi in the middle.
responsibility
And
for him.
I think a zone just works really well for this team. I feel
Yeah,
like.
they're long, athletic. They could get in pass.
Yeah.
They've shown time and time again under Brad Underwood that they could get in passing lanes.
and their guards are quick.
And another thing
I
is,
think a zone is a very interesting defense. So.
Yeah.
excuse me, you force teams to shoot when you play a zone because you can't drive as easily. Well, now you have Kofi, who's one of the bigger people in the country, and Georgie. who-
Theoretically, you should not have a problem on the glass this year.
Georgie obviously struggled last year rebounding, and it's something he's probably never going to be great at. But he's still a big body, and it's someone that you
Yeah.
have to get around. And especially if he's matching up against a 4 on the rebounding side,
Yeah.
he's so much bigger than that player.
4 in
is.
college, yeah.
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 So Georgie's
This will be a big front court.
when they're both on the floor, yeah. And I feel like rebounding isn't going to be a problem, and that was a huge problem last year next to playing defense. This team can score. This team can fill it up and put points on the board with anyone. But the question is going to be, can they stop teams going forward throughout the season? Do you guys want to give a prediction?
For tomorrow?
No, on the season.
Oh, the season? Big Ten tournament, like,
Okay.
or not Big
Where
Ten.
do you think they
NCAA
finish in the Big Ten?
Big
Let's start
Ten,
there.
probably about between 5th and 7th, I would say.
I have 4th and 6th.
4th and 6th? Okay, about the same thing.
Yeah, I'll go 4th and 6th.
And
I
then
have Michigan State ahead of them. I have Maryland ahead of them. I have Ohio State ahead of them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put Purdue ahead of them.
Wisconsin always puts it, even
I
though
know.
Wisconsin's lost a lot, they always put together a
Yeah,
solid
that's
team.
why I think it's. See, I went 5th on Illinois, but
I think Purdue might be ahead.
I have Purdue ahead because I trust Matt Painter more than I trust
Yeah.
Brad Underwood.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Brad.
Sorry,
Matt Painter's a
Brad.
You
really
just gotta see it. that's
I think
all.
Michigan's
Yeah.
really intriguing too. And
Oh, yeah.
I
I
could see
think
them being really
Michigan-
good,
yeah,
but I need to
or-
see Juwan Howard coach there first.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so hit or miss on Michigan.
what's-
Either it's all going to fall together or it's all going to be a mess.
What'll be exciting about this season is that Illinois can be competitive with every team in the Big Ten this year. I mean, because they beat Ohio State last year. Or not Ohio. I mean, they
Michigan
did.
State.
Yeah, Michigan State was the big one, but
my
they did
gosh.
beat Ohio
Yeah.
State on the road. The only team they did not play well against at all was Purdue.
Yeah.
Home or away, I think they were just away at Purdue this year. They did not play Purdue well.
So
But they beat Maryland, Madison Square. That was a
was
neutral
crazy.
site game, obviously. But this Illinois team showed it can compete against every team in the Big Ten this year. And it's just whatever happens this season, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun, exciting, probably
not gonna be bad. They're
probably
not gonna be
emotional roller coaster of a season, I imagine.
Yeah. They should not be bad. No.
I
Where do you think they get a seed in the Big Ten and then NCAA tournament? That's
it'll-
harder to predict, I think.
I think it'll be anywhere between the 4th and 6th range to the 10th or 11th range, which is a large range, but yeah.
There's seeds that I don't want them to get. I don't think you want to be a 7 seed because 7-10 matchup sucks.
They do
and then
suck.
if you win
but
that,
sometimes they're good for you.
If you win that, then you're playing the 2 seed.
I feel like you never want to be a 5th seed.
No, I'd rather be a 5
wanna,
than be a 7.
I want to be I would want a 6 seed.
I would rather be a 5. The 5-12 matchup is overblown every year.
I would want to be a 6. I think
5
I could
is such
see
a
them.
terrible seed to be.
Yeah.
Who does 5 play?
12.
12.
No, second round.
Oh. I don't know. It's usually the tough part is getting out of that
Yeah.
first round matchup.
No, I'm more worried about a 7-10 matchup than I am 5-12.
There's a 5-12 upset.
There's a
every year.
7-10 upset every year too.
Yeah, but that's closer.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're a 5
That's not
seed,
as
you're
big.
more
No one
expected to win.
ever thinks the 7 is that much better than the 10. And it should be a
no.
blowout.
I never when
But
I'm
the
picking my
5-12
brackets,
because
I
the
don't
next
even
matchup
like.
is 8-9.
Exactly. So that's why the 5-12 is like so
Yeah.
much like
I would
more of an upset.
So okay, so
if
where
they're
do
a 5
you,
seed, I'd be really, really
where do you
happy.
think they're going to be seated?
Anywhere between 5 to 8, maybe. 5
I'm
to
going to go
9.
like 6 to 10. That's my range.
Okay.
I'm giving them 6 to 10.
That's probably closer.
I think if they play like
Now-
Andy Katz thinks they will, they're
Well,
going to be a
okay.
top like 4 seed.
That'll be a
Now,
1 seed.
where's the disappointment level if they don't even make it? Like
Oh,
how
well, Brad
high
Underwood's
is it?
fired.
Brad won,
Okay.
he's definitely not fired. He's on the hot seat for sure.
No, he would
If they're-
totally be fired.
No, he
It depends how far away they are from
He
the
would never
tournament.
be fired.
If they're like not even in the
no matter what
discussion.
happens this season, he will not be fired.
Are you saying that because of the recruits that are potentially coming in? Or I mean, this would
Both.
be. This is his 3rd season.
Yeah. No, he's on the hot seat for sure. And then if he doesn't turn it into an NCAA, I think he gets 4 years. Like he gets 4 years to try it.
That's
Try and do it.
I think he would. I think he would get fired if he doesn't make the
No.
tournament. This team has too high of expectations to not make
He's
it.
increased the talent on the roster by
Yeah.
so much. Like
I don't think unless they like win like 2 games.
and this team's going to be close. No, there's too much talent on the roster for this team not to be close to making the NCAA
Yeah.
tournament.
Correct. If they don't make the tournament, that's what I'm saying. It's a huge failure. It's a
Not if they're-
huge failure.
It's a
if they don't
yeah,
make the tournament.
but it's
But
not
I don't think it's
fire-worthy.
firing worthy.
Yeah.
I disagree.
I feel like we're like
You want to move on
going
to
at
picks?
Alec.
Yeah, we could go on to our NFL picks.
Wait,
now.
volleyball?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
volleyball.
go ahead.
Let
Hit
me-
it,
let me
Gabby.
talk
I'll be there
about
tomorrow
volleyball.
night with you, by the way.
I don't know if I'll be there. I work
Okay.
at Brothers.
All right. Well, then I'll be there with Brendan.
So tomorrow's matchup is
Michigan.
Michigan.
It's Michigan, right?
His
So
team is very rocky right now.
Michigan's
our
good.
team or Michigan? Well,
Illinois.
my team, yeah, my
Yeah.
team.
By my team, she means the team she covers.
Yeah, no.
Michigan's
Illinois,
good.
Michigan is good, and I wrote about this earlier in the week or last week. Michigan is going to be the unranked team that could beat Illinois, I think. It's just Illinois is so shaky right now, but at the same time, their confidence has not moved. Like, they still feel really strong about their team, and that's just conveyed every time I talk to them. They lose, and it's never like, because they're not playing bad. They're just missing the key points, which is not good, obviously, but they're missing that extra, I don't know how to say it. They're missing that extra, 5%.
They just can't get across the finish line.
Yeah, they're right there. And I talked to Chris Thomas about it, I think on Monday, and he said that he thinks it's just going to come down to them succeeding in crunch time. That this older team knows what it's going to take once they get to the playoffs or right at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once they get there,
But
it's going to push them.
that's the problem,
But
though.
it's
is
hard
that
because if they don't do well the rest of the season and get a bad seed or
that's
come
ki-
close to not even
yeah.
making the playoffs, then
that's kind of an issue, though, because
You're
this
playing with
team,
fire right
This
now.
team has gotten there
Yeah.
before. They have finished before in tight situations.
yeah. Well, it's
What's changed is what
I just think-
that's the question I think this entire team's trying to figure out
Yeah.
is what changed from
Because
last
really, you
obviously
only
you
had-
lost Jordan Poulter, but
and you lost
lo-
Ali Bashinelli.
absolutely.
You lost leadership.
Yeah.
No one can, Jacqueline Quaid, hats off. She's one of the best outside
Yeah.
hitters in the country.
But
Maybe the best outside hitter.
Jordan Poulter's leadership is not replaceable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Jordan
exactly.
Poulter was intense, always.
Yeah.
She was almost always it is game day. We are playing the number 1 team in the country every single day.
Well-
Whereas Jacqueline Quaid, I feel is almost, and I think she's a great player, and I think she is a quality leader.
Well, I don't even think Jackie's your biggest leader? I think it's Ashlyn. I think she has a louder voice than Jackie.
I think it might be Beth Prince.
Probably a combination of those two.
I think, but on the court, I think it's usually Ashlyn. I think she.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Ashlyn has just like a very like mature
She's just
presence.
there, you know?
Yeah, she's just, and she is really good
She's
at
more
her
outspoken.
position.
I feel like
she's
JQ's
louder.
more like step back.
Yeah, and I think, it's good to have that combination, but as much as, you don't want to think it's that one player that hurt you, it is. I mean, Diana Brown is proving she is a really good setter and has that Jordan Poulter level potential. They're not the same player at all, and I don't want to do the compare game because she got that enough. But, I think Diana has that potential to be at that great level because she's only in her first year of eligibility, which is insane because she is super good. But she's obviously still younger, and this is her first year, so she doesn't have that intense leadership yet. And she'll get there, but I just think they're missing that right now. They're missing that, okay, let's go. Let's win this point. Yeah, there's no one's that no one's that huge fire to light everybody up. And it's like, this is set point, we're winning this, no question. And I think that's what is missing right now.
I would also like to add that as great of a coach I think as Chris Thomas is, and he was an amazing hire, he almost doesn't have that either. He's more of a laid-back coach where if you watch an Illinois game, he's oftentimes sitting on the sideline and he's laid back and he lets the players kind of control the flow of the game. He's not someone I feel like who lights a fire under the team, whereas
he also had the benefit with having Jordan Poulter to be the person to be the floor general. To
make a comparison that more people are probably familiar with, he's a lot more like Lovie Smith, where he doesn't show a lot of emotion. He's more laid back. He's not like a Brad Underwood, where you see him on the sideline yelling at his guys, throwing his jacket, whatever it is. That's just not his personality, and that's fine.
Beating trash cans in the locker room.
I'm not saying that that's wrong, what Chris Thomas does, but sometimes I feel like you have to...
But maybe you do need to kind of light it up a bit.
Yeah, light a fire under your team.
I don't know. I think they win both matches this weekend. They always play so much better at home. I mean...
Yeah.
I don't see them losing either match, but I think I need to see against a better Michigan team tomorrow. I need to see a dominant win. Kind of what we're saying about football. If they want to get to that next level, that playoff level, they need a dominant win over Michigan this weekend.
I agree.
Okay.
I think they're going to get 2 wins.
Yeah.
Now time for the Thursday tradition.
We need to get the music, the ESPN.
I was just thinking about that too.
Dun, dun. All right, next.
What's the
sport?
We can't
What's
get
the
a copyright
Sports Center
strike.
music? I need that.
Gabby, we can't get copyright.
Fine, whatever. All
right, first one.
Oh wait, did you
NFL picks? Our Thursday NFL picks.
Did you announce what I asked you to announce on Tuesday?
I did. You guys barely beat the Dolphins.
We did not barely beat the Dolphins.
We're not spending time talking about
first
the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Miami Dolphins.
All right, first one's up. San Francisco travels to Arizona. San Francisco is getting 10 points. I'm going to bet on San Francisco until they give me a reason not to. Give me San Francisco by 10.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They're second best team in the NFL right now
Check
behind the Patriots.
Houston travels to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is plus 1.5.
To Jacksonville?
This one's tough. I wouldn't touch it, but give me Houston minus 1.5. I think they won by more than
Jacksonville's
more than
always
point.
tough to go down to. I'm going to go Jacksonville.
Okay. You think they cover? Or you think they win straight up?
I think they cover. I think they'll probably cover.
Yeah. Texans.
Okay. Right. Next up, Washington travels to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
The Bills are minus 9.5. Smash that. Give me Buffalo.
Absolutely. Oh, shoot.
Gabby?
Buffalo. Yeah,
Buffalo?
for
Okay.
sure.
Tennessee Titans travel to Carolina. Carolina is minus 3.5. Kyle Allen's really good. I like him. He might have just taken Cam Newton's job. Give me Carolina minus 3.5.
Against who? I'm sorry, my mic.
Tennessee.
I had a mic. Tennessee? I'm going to go Carolina.
Yeah,
too.
Carolina.
Next up is Minnesota at Kansas City. There's no point spread, no total, and no money line available on ESPN.
It's probably because they don't know if Mahomes is playing or not.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Who do you think wins?
Vikings.
They're in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Vikings.
I'm going to go with Kansas City. Vikings are not a good road team.
Am I allowed to say Kansas City if they have Mahomes, and am I allowed to say Minnesota without Mahomes?
I think, yeah, that's fine.
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
That's kind of a cheat answer, but sorry.
Cheating.
If they have the league MVP, then I think they'll win, but if they don't,
This game sucks, too. Jets travel to Miami. Give me the Jets -3.
That's only -3. That's how bad they think the Jets
I like
are.
Sam Darnold.
I don't think the Jets are that bad.
They're
But
not
they're
that
not
bad.
good.
They're definitely better than their record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna go
go
Jets,
I
yeah.
think they're gonna
Yeah, me too.
they're gonna put up way more than.
This one's gross. Bears travel to Philly to take on the Eagles. The Eagles are -4.5. I would take the Eagles minus
taking the
4.5.
Eagles.
Yeah,
all day.
Eagles.
So I was faced with a dilemma this week of picking up the Eagles defense for my fantasy league, and I decided not to do it because I don't like picking up teams that play against the Bears offense, against the team I'm rooting for. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles defense puts up a lot of points because Mitch.
Their secondary is bad though, but also Mitch sucks. So it's like, which one's gonna give?
I picked up the Seahawks instead for like the third time this year. Indianapolis travels to Pittsburgh. This line makes no sense. Indianapolis is only -1. I think they win by a touchdown. I think they win by like.
I think
7
they
to 10
dominate
points.
that game.
Yeah, me too.
Jacoby Brissett is a beast.
The Colts are good.
Colts defense is good. They have all the weapons on their team.
If she doesn't want to bet
I'm
against her own
looking
team, she
at
doesn't have
you.
to. Desmond Howard always picks
You know
Michigan.
what? You know what? You know what I'm gonna say to this one? The Steelers don't have a freaking running back.
I just bet against the
Steelers
Bears.
don't have the running back. So,
That's where it breaks for you is the fact that their running back
gonna say
isn't
Colts.
playing.
well, yeah, because James Conner has done most of the work for the Steelers offense.
And they're still getting killed. Not killed. but
Killed.
like,
What are they? You know what? I was about to say the Colts. You made me mad. Steelers win. Done.
Well, I can't wait to tell you on Tuesday how dumb that was.
All right, this
Good
one's
for you then.
this one's decent. Detroit travels to Oakland. Oakland is -2
I'm going Detroit.
Ooh.
I'm going to take Detroit.
I'm
on
gonna
that.
go.
to cover or to win outright.
To win outright.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Oakland.
I think
Oakland at
Detroit-
home.
Raiders.
I
That's
think
how they always do it. It's like they always do the Raiders or something. I don't know.
Thank
I
you
think
for that.
Detroit wins as well.
I'm just going to go with
This one sucks as well. Tampa Bay travels to Seattle. Somehow Seattle's only -4.5. Smash that.
Okay,
give me
Seattle.
that all day.
Cleveland travels to Denver. The angry Baker Mayfield. This game sucks. I think Cleveland's at a huge turning point. I think that if they lose this game, I think that they're considering blowing it up with Freddie Kitchens and firing him, potentially, which I thought that was a horrible hire at the time, and it looks that way. Cleveland's -4. Denver's going to be without Joe Flacco, who obviously isn't very good.
Who's their backup? Is it Paxton Lynch?
No, it's some guy, last name of Allen.
Some rando.
He's
We
not
don't
good.
know.
Well, this is important because I don't know if I like the Browns.
I'm taking Cleveland -4 regardless.
I'm going
look up
to
who their
go
quarterback
Denver.
is. Ooh. Okay.
Without Flacco.
I need to see who this quarterback is.
Who is it? Let me see.
Who you? Deshaun? No.
Wait, Ryan. What is
Ryan
it?
Allen,
Who is
maybe.
it?
I have no idea who this man is. But because
We can't figure it out.
I'm loving what's going on with the Browns right now, which is just because it kind of hides how bad the Bears are right now. I'm going to go Broncos. So let's see the whole thing blown up in Cleveland.
Do you think they fire Freddie Kitchens after 1 year?
Yes.
Yes.
I think they do too.
If it's this, I mean,
Such
there
a
were
bad hire.
there were high expectations.
Such a bad hire. Green Bay travels to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Green Bay is only 3.5-point favorites. Give me that.
I'm taking that all day. Green Bay's
Green
a
Bay.
very good
Aaron
football
Rodgers is on like a.
team. He's on.
Don't talk about him. I
No.
hate
A
him.
good Bears fan
Yeah.
hates Aaron Rodgers, but like respects Aaron
You
Rodgers.
respect.
I'm not saying I don't respect him. I just think it's funny his family hates him too. Yeah, I said it.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
His family hates him and you know it. It's true. Sorry. If you didn't know, Aaron Rodgers' family hates him.
Well,
Everyone
they should start
knew.
Loving him. They should start loving him.
He's a horrible person.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's okay.
Let's calm it
There's
down.
a reason his family hates him.
Or maybe the family's bad. Have you ever thought about that? Let's give everyone
Well,
an
if there's
equal
3 or 4
opportunity.
people that dislike one person,
All
I
right,
tend to side with those 3 or
moving
4.
on.
So Patriots play the Ravens.
Ooh, is that the night game?
It's
Yeah, it's
and it's
Sunday night.
in Baltimore.
Neither of
New
you gave
England.
your pick for that game. The Chargers.
Packers, duh. Move
yeah, I said
on.
Packers.
Oh, okay, cool. New England. and-
3-point favorite, right?
Give me New England.
I'm going. Give me Lamar.
Oh, you think that?
I think it's the first one. Yep. I think it's their first L.
Okay.
Brady got taken off the injury list today.
Yeah, I'm not
with his shoulder injury.
I'm not surprised.
As hard as this is for me to say,
She's gonna say Ravens.
No,
You hate both of these teams.
She's going.
I'm actually going to go the Ravens.
Ha!
Oh, I was about to do it.
Not Steeler. Like, this is me taking the Steeler hat off. I think the Ravens are the team to hand the Patriots the loss. And it's in Baltimore. Baltimore is a hard place to play at.
Yeah.
They
That's
are
true.
intense.
And they're a good football team.
And they are. And I think Lamar can do some damage on the I think the Patriots defense is obviously amazing, but I think Lamar can be the one to break them down a little.
Maybe. I think so.
All right, last one. Monday Night Football on ESPN. Dallas travels to New York to take on the Giants. Dallas is -7.5. I
like
think
that.
Dallas wins, but I don't think they cover. And I normally want to think the team normally covers. Because I think I took the team favorite to cover every time this week.
Yeah. I think
I would agree
they'll
with that.
cover. I think Dallas
they'll
will cover.
Oh, you think they cover? I don't think they do.
Okay.
I think they win, but I don't think they cover.
All right.
I'll agree with that.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
it.
There we go.
Let's do it. All right, busy weekend for the three of us. Are your guys' dads coming down or up?
No, because I have to cover Punkin' Chunkin'.
What is that?
Pumpkin chunkin.
What is
It's
that?
an event I have to cover for my Journalism 215 class. So I have to do that tomorrow and Sunday. Then I have to be at football all day Saturday, volleyball Saturday night, and then I work at 11 p.m. till 3 a.m. So everybody say a prayer for Gabby this weekend because I'm going to go insane.
My
Thank
dad's
you.
coming.
Thank you.
That was a moment of silence for Gabby.
My dad's coming. I have to cover the football game on Saturday. Won't see him for the game. Might not see him before the game either. We'll see him afterwards and after the press conference. I think we're going to the volleyball game together, though.
That'd be
nice.
fun.
He's always wanted to go to a volleyball
Yeah.
game for some reason.
Well,
like as
hopefully
long
it'll
as
be
I
when
can
they win.
remember. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that unless Alex decides that I need to work the volleyball game.
Are you going to go out with him?
No,
What?
probably not.
No?
It's not my dad's
Why?
personality.
Bring him to
I don't know,
Bros.
my sophomore year, my dad and I and my stepmom just went to Legends and we just got at a table and just got a
Yeah,
couple
I
pictures.
think that'd be
Just
fun.
chilled. Not to peer pressure you into drinking alcohol, you under
I'm not 21 yet.
21-year-old.
I don't drink.
Well, you should bring him to Brothers. I'll give him not free drinks, but
Okay.
maybe.
Just come
Maybe.
say hi to me.
Come tip me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is I want money.
Voting brothers.
All right,
So mean.
that's all the
You
time
just told me you're trying to take my money. That's the only reason you wanted me to come, not to see you.
No, I want the
not to
support. I
interact
want to
with
see my
you.
friends.
Give me your money.
I want to see my friends. You are
that
my
have
friends.
money.
Would you want me to come into your job and not give you money?
What?
He's a journalist.
Okay, but say you have a different job.
journalist.
Hypothetically, you work somewhere that I
mean,
could.
yeah, if I work at a pizza place
Yeah, it
and you
could be
order
like-
a pizza, I want you to pay for the pizza. But I'm not going to be like, hey, give me a little bit more because like I made that pizza
Well, because
really well.
I think you're supposed to tip the bars.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. So I would tip you if you.
wouldn't know.
I have hot takes about this.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, we'll
that's
be done
not-
then.
Tip.
I do out of peer pressure.
Wow. all right.
I
That's
mean-
all the time we have for this week
Yep.
on
Cut
Illini
it.
Drive.
Cut it. I can't.
Eric doesn't tip at
I
bars. He
tip.
doesn't tip at restaurants. Thanks for listening.
It's all
slash
out of peer
watching.
pressure. The system is messed
Tune in
up.
next week when Jake Hassan, Nathan Dahan, and Brendan Jones take over on Monday. Thank you for watching this week on Illini Drive.
Happy Halloween.